All right. Good evening, everybody. So, I know you might be wondering, hey, the stream schedule does not match what Tom's doing today. Yeah, I'm kind of trying things out a little bit. So, I've got the couple comments asking for my East Coast support if I could stream a little earlier. So, I figured I'd try that out today, see what the traffic's like. Honestly, the early morning ones kind of take a toll. I'm a little out of it when I do those in the morning, so figure maybe I could find a happy medium, attract some of the East Coast guys tonight, and see what's up. And I think tomorrow I'm going to try just a little bit even earlier. So if you're just joining us, thank you so much for coming in tonight. I am excited to be here. So I'm pretty excited. This isn't a room I've done before, but I was looking and talking to some people on the Discord earlier, and we wanted to. One of them asked for some Nmap kind of reconnaissance. One of them asked for some Samba stuff. So I found this room. It's a free room on TryHackMe, so anybody that's watching can follow along. And it's called the Cod Caper. It's a guided room taking you through infiltrating and exploiting a Linux system. So with that, let's get started. And if you're coming into the chat and you're new to my channel, I love to talk. I love to interact with you guys. Building the community and sharing my knowledge is what I'm all about. So please speak up, say hey, and just be here. I'd love to hang out with you guys tonight. So this is all about Pingu, which my kids were addicted to this show a while back. Thankfully they're out of that because I about couldn't take it anymore. But anyways, we'll go ahead and join this room and get started. So and I'll deploy the machine while we read this. So hey, Car Monkey, how you doing tonight? So it says my name is Pingu. Put in a request to get my fish back. Fish are in a chest with the key on my old PC. Banned every IP from Antarctica, so he's asking for us to help. And this room does expect some basic pen testing knowledge, so I will not be going over every tool in detail that's used. Some interest or experience in assembly is highly recommended, so this might be a little painful when we get to that spot, but I'm sure with your guys' help, we can get through it. The Random Coder, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Who else we got in here tonight? See if I can figure out this interface a little bit more. That'd be awesome. Oh, there we go. Users in chat. The Random Coder, FE Arms, A10, another TV viewer. Again, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate you guys. I've got kind of a new setup here. I've got 3 monitors. The Sauce God, did I change rooms? No, this is the one we were talking about earlier on. I am thinking about doing Blaster again, but I wanted to try this one. Car Monkey talked about it with me a little bit ago, and Kliak did, and we figured this would be a good one to kind of go through some basics all the way through. And it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty exciting. Anyway, so I've got like 3 monitors now. My layouts are all kind of all over the place. I'm still trying to get used to what windows do I put where and when to look where during the stream. So if I'm kind of all over the place, I apologize for that. It will get a little better. One thing that I'm excited about though is I got the webcam dead front and center. So that'll be a little bit better. So we've deployed the machine. So let's get into host enumeration. So I'm going to go ahead and get up my VPN connection here. So I'm going to run OpenVPN with the ampersand at the end to background that process afterwards. So I have this Kali box available, or this terminal available. Let's see here. if it wants to log me in. TryHackMe was having some issues earlier tonight too, so I hope that it's not having more. See, it always is starting with technical difficulties, isn't it? Yeah, it says I am not connected. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, there we go. All right, now let's try that again. Oh man, you are a hacker. Thanks for coming in. Hey, if none of you are familiar with You Are a Hacker, here's a link to our Discord and the website. Please come on in. We've got some awesome missions for you guys to try out, built by the guy that just said hello in the chat there, You're a Hacker. Great group of people, some really tricky missions on his website. Really a fun time. Okay, so I apologize. I don't know what's going on here with that. I don't know what's going on here with that VPN connection. So I'm going to go ahead and reboot the Kali box. And we'll see if we can solve some problems here with that. Luckily, this thing comes up and down really quick. I did kill the process, so I don't really know what's going on there. Absolutely, man. How are my, just a question for you guys, with the headset that I'm wearing, I don't have a streaming mic. How's the quality coming out? Do I sound okay? Do I look okay? It's clear? Awesome. Okay, so here we go. There we go. Peer connection initiated, initialization sequence completed. Unfortunately, I did not background that process, but that'll be okay. We're just going to open a new tab here. And let's go ahead and get the TryHackMe page back up. Close these other tabs from my earlier attempts with eLearn security. Okay, so we are connected. We did join the room, so we should be good on that. I just need that IP address, so we're going to the COD caper. No, I don't need notifications. Okay, so host enumeration, and they're going to ask how many ports are open on the target machine. So we're going to do that first. So nmap. Let's do, what do we want to do here? So there's a lot of different things we can do with nmap, right? When you're going up against a box like this, either in Hack the Box, TryHackMe, anything like that, I like to run a full dash p dash, and I'm not really worried about getting detected, so I don't really have to do a stealth scan. And I like to not run the dash A right off the bat until I identify the ports. So let's go ahead and do nmap dash p dash. Is this machine responding to pings? We can check that first. If not, we'll want to run pn. Okay, so it is responding to pings. So we'll go dash p dash t4 for speed, and we'll let it run through every port. The Sauce God, I know I've seen some here on TryHackMe that are like antivirus evasion. I haven't specifically seen anything with IDS or IPS. In a lab that I recently did for a certification that I'm pursuing, I did see a lab where I had to, they had a host-based firewall, and you weren't allowed to change the settings on the firewall, but you had user access to the machine, and you had to figure out how to exfiltrate data using only the couple of ports that were open. And that was one of the coolest labs I've seen. It was a pretty neat trick. But basically they used obfuscated DNS queries that you generated on the machine, and then you used Wireshark on your VM, on your Kali box, and intercepted those packets and decoded them. That's the closest I've seen so far, but if I find one, I'll definitely let you know, and we'll set up a time to stream it. Okay, so we've got this Nmap thing kicking off. Let's go ahead and look through. So a -P, right, we can do a -SC for default scripts on the port, useful for doing basic analysis on the service running. And then -A is that aggressive mode. So the first thing we should be able to get here is how many ports are open. Why is T4 a common speed? I've noticed with T5, hey, you are a hacker, thank you for the bits, man, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the cheers, I love it. Car Monkey, to answer your question while the scan goes here, T5, I have found that you miss stuff. Sometimes there will be ports open on the machine and you won't pick them up. You can go slower, T1, 2, or 3, and you will definitely pick up everything. I have not found a box that I've missed anything on using T4. So it goes faster than default, and it definitely picks up. You're a hacker. The bits, man, just make me happy. Every bit counts. You know what I mean? It isn't the amount of them. Where's that speed command? See what the help says about it. Timing, set timing template, hires faster. Options which take in a time are, yeah. So yeah, I've just found that one doesn't tend to miss anything. Okay, I love the cheers, man. They make my day. And I actually think I'm going to have to reset my, I don't know why, the follower goal. If you guys see it, it says 49 for me on my Streamlabs screen. I don't know why it's stuck at that. It has gone up. Like I'm at, I think 60 followers now, 70, something like that. But I'm going to have to reset it. I'm thinking about changing it to a subscription goal once I meet my follower goal. And I'd like to see if I can get a couple. And if you guys see any video dropping out, please let me know. Streamlabs did just say that I dropped a couple of frames over the last 2 minutes. So if you see anything, I apologize. I don't know why I'm starting to drop some frames here. But anyway, Saw Scott, if I find any challenges that run IDS or IPS, I will definitely give you a heads up. A place that might be useful for that, I can't speak to the course yet, but the Windows PrivS course that Heath does also, when you're done with the ethical hacking one, that's all Windows privilege escalation. You might see some stuff there too. Yeah, I think it would be making the challenge very interesting too. I'd be interested in learning techniques to try and get past it. Hey, Pawn Muncher, thanks for dropping by. I appreciate your attendance, man. I've seen you around a few of the hacking streams today, and I really appreciate it. I love the community that I see across the Discord servers and across Twitch. All right, so what is this going to ask us? So we're going to kind of cheat a little while the scan runs. It's asking for, hey, what's the version of the SSH service? What's the HTTP- title of the web server? So I can already kind of bet that there's some stuff open. So let's go ahead and go out to 10.10.154.20. So we're at an Apache 2 Ubuntu default page. And we'll kind of keep an eye on this Nmap scan. I'll throw it off to the side here and see when it comes up. Let's see, it wants the version of the web server. We're probably going to need this scan to finish before we can answer a lot of these questions. But we do know that there's at least 2 ports open. So let's see if we can guess on that answer. Hey, look at that. So I'm betting I definitely want this scan to finish just so I can show you guys how we go through this. But there are 2 ports open, so it's got to be SSH and the HTTP port 80. So at this point, what I would do, once I found those ports are open, I would do port 22, port 80, dash all. The Sauce God, thank you for hosting the stream, man. I appreciate that. Okay, so I'll kick that off, and we'll let both of these go. This one should come back with the versions of the stuff that's going on here. Again, dash A is pretty aggressive. You're not going to trip anything doing any of these boxes, so you're perfectly safe to do this. The reason I do it like this, I run a very high-level scan as fast as I can on the entire set of ports, is because there are stuff on those higher ports that you might miss. And then once I get all 65,000 ports enumerated, then I'll pick those ports specifically. And that's what we're seeing here. Right, and this one actually already came back. So by doing this dash P with the ports, I'm only going after those 2 ports. And here's what we're seeing, right? So I've got OpenSSH 7.2 part 2. And I'm going to get open my notes and show you kind of how I would put this in too. I really want to start taking better notes on the rooms that I do in here, even though they are kind of walkthrough-ish, the ones we've been doing so far. But I do want to do this, so let's go through the COD caper. So here is my first one, right? I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot. Using green shot is pretty great. I'll unhighlight that little nmap there. So if I use green shot, I can screenshot this whole thing. And I'll copy that into my clipboard and open OneNote. And we'll put that down here. And that way up above it, I can put the results from the all, which is still running. Okay, so we know we've got SSH and port 80, TCP port 80 open. So let's go ahead and answer some of these. So HTTP titles right here, Apache 2 Ubuntu default page, it works. So Apache 2 Ubuntu default page, it works. What version is the SSH? So they want the whole thing, it looks like. So we can open SSH 7.2 P2 Ubuntu for Ubuntu 2.8. All right, what is the version of the web server? So where can we find that? Right here, Apache HTTPD 2.4.18. So they have a slash in there. So let's try Apache slash 2.4.18. All right. So there we go. We've got the first set of tasks answered. Okay, and we went ahead and scanned. So here's that first scan that we kicked off. Kind of my discovery scan. I would kick that off while I'm kind of looking at other stuff, right? Trying to do some passive reconnaissance or anything else I can try and figure out on this box. Maybe doing the little read ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and screenshot this. And as we see, we did get every port on the machine, every TCP port, mind you. There's a whole set of UDP ports we haven't looked at. But there we go. So I have, of importance, right, I've got the host included in the screenshot, I've got the command I ran, and I've got the ports. And then we can see, coming down here, we can get some service information. So you can see right here, I've got Apache and I've got OpenSSH. So at this point, if I wasn't guided, I would start looking for vulnerabilities. You're not typically going to find a lot in SSH. Maybe some password spraying that you can do if you can get a user. But in Apache, I'm almost certain that that's where you're going to find stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next task. So we're on to web enumeration. So since the only services are running are SSH and Apache, it's safe to assume we should check out the web server. Hey, Sevener Orbits. I appreciate you dropping by. So CarMonkey, this app right here that I'm using is Microsoft OneNote. This is kind of what I've been stuck on so far. However, I was watching Black Coffee's stream earlier, and he's using an app that looks pretty cool that I'm thinking about giving a try out to, called Joplin. And I'll link that in the chat. But Joplin is another note-taking one. It's open source. It's across the board of operating systems that are supported on it, and I will throw that here in the chat here for you. You might enjoy that one a little bit better. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the Microsoft one so far. It's just kind of what I use for work, so I got used to it for that. For screenshots, that's GreenShot. I use GreenShot for all my screenshots. Okay, so since the only services running are SSH and Apache, Sevener Orbits, thanks for dropping by. Always like having newcomers to the channel. Great to see really the number of viewers. I'm kind of enjoying the earlier time. One, I'm less tired. I'm more awake than my earlier streams, and I'm seeing an increase in the viewers, so I really appreciate it, guys. All right, so let's keep going. So again, SSH and Apache are running. Safe to assume we should check out the web server. One of the first things to do is see what pages are available to access on the web server. Recommended tool, GoBuster. So if you guys aren't familiar with GoBuster, it's a tool you can download. It does not always come with Kali. I did have to download it, but it will kind of brute force word lists and look for websites. So, and they give us a word list here on the server. So you can use it to look for directories. You can use it for looking for files. So let's go ahead and save this out. And we'll just save it on the desktop. That's fine. Let's take a look at it. That's not what I want to do. What happens if I click? Yeah, Trey Cole. That's what I've heard. I read about it. I haven't used it, but a lot of people were talking about how much they liked it. So, okay. Yep. I know. I'm an idiot, Don Rand. Thank you. Let's see if I can get this page to load again. Yeah, I don't have a folder for the box. I haven't really gotten that organized, but I could do that. I don't know what's going on here. You guys seeing video cutout or anything? I'm having some connectivity issues or something. Yeah, Pawn Muncher, I agree. Organization would be helpful. I just tend to finish the boxes and I tend to delete all the files that I've used. So I haven't really gotten into that yet. For let's go ahead and close out. Oh, of course. As soon as I do that. As soon as I Wicked Blue Ninja. Do I know anybody with the last name Piatek? He's a sub guy too. Not off the top of my head. I could be wrong. Sorry, man, not off the top of my head. Okay, so there we go. I've got that file. So we'll go ahead and save this. And we'll just save it on our desktop as big.txt. Oh, that's awesome, man. Submarine community is pretty small. Not ridiculously small, but it is relatively a small place. And then not submarine, but the smaller community that I'm a part of in nuclear power is even smaller than that. I do know most of the senior guys in that by now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our. Oh, he was a nuke too. Well, that is my job by day. All nukes. So let's take a look at GoBuster here. So now we're going to try and find what we can find on the site. So they say -X. Used to specify which word list that is appended on the URL path. Okay, so --UR. Does it still do a -X? This is what happens when you update your machine, guys. GoBuster dir. Blair Hawkeye, thank you for the bits. I really appreciate that. You might be coming up on the top of the list on the bits cheering. Number 2. You are at number 2 with 101. I appreciate that. Okay, so GoBuster dir, and we'll do. What are we gonna do next? --help. See what the commands are after that. Okay, here we go. So GoBuster dir, and then the flags. So -U for the URL string. And then where do we throw in the word list? So 10.10.154.20. Wicked Blue Ninja. He's out working for a defense contractor. Yeah, a few people wind up doing that afterwards. And we'll do -X, PHP, text, HTML. Search for kind of everything that they're talking about here. And where's that word list? How do I throw in that word list? TACW. And we named it as big.txt. Okay, so let's break down the command a little bit. So we've got GoBuster looking for directories and files at this URL. I don't know if I need an HTTP in front. I'm going to try it without. And then we're looking for PHP text and HTML extensions, which are kind of our shotguns on this big.txt word list. And they're going to ask us for the name of the important file on the server. We'll go ahead and throw HTM in there as well. It's one I tend to forget about. All right, so here we go, 20,000. And we are already finding stuff. So what is the name of the important file on the server? Well, we can try shotgunning some of these in. You can kind of guess by the asterisks sometimes. Maybe .htpassword.htm. I don't see another dot though. What I like to do with this, yeah, that's not correct. What I really like to do here is come back over here and go, can I get to any of these? I don't have access to that. Do I have access to that guy? No. htpassword.php. These are all probably protected. Another thing that I got asked to look into earlier today, I streamed early this morning. Just woke up feeling alert and decided to come on and give some stuff a shot. So I went through the room Blaster, which if you haven't had a chance, that's a pretty fun room. Brings a lot of retro gaming stuff back. I got asked to look at Dir Search. So I was using GoBuster, but the mayor, Joe, his stream's on at 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific time if you have a chance to check in. He recommended using Dir Search, so I'm gonna have to spend some time and figure that one out too. Okay, so I am going to, just for my own benefit here, I'm gonna take a shot of this command because I don't want all that other stuff underneath it, the user agent and all that stuff necessarily. Holy cow, Blair! Thank you so much. That is a tier 1 sub, everybody. That is just my second sub on the stream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is awesome. Thank you so much. That really means the world to me. Okay, so let's pop OneNote up. I will have to figure out a better way to organize all these at some point here, but there we go. Wow, thank you so much. That is amazing. Okay, so let's let GoBuster run a little bit more. We're not finding anything quite yet. We're at 8%. What else are we going to be looking at once this finishes? The name of the important file.
After you're done streaming, do you want to watch us stream? We're streaming Fortnite.
Sounds great, bud.
We're already one streamer, one watcher.
Okay, hey Colin, shut my door, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Everybody, that was my son Colin. Wicked Blue Ninja, holy cow, man! Thank you so much. I really appreciate the sub. That is awesome. I hope that I'm throwing out stuff that you guys are enjoying. I really do. My goal here is to kind of put out some quality content and really just kind of learn with you guys as we go along. So I think I have found the important file. And if you're not familiar with HTTP status codes, that's something we can pull while this shows. You're a noob, but you're getting better. Hey, we all have to start somewhere. One of my friends just said just the other day, if any progress, no matter how small, is progress. So if you're making progress every day, it's progress, man. So status code 200 down here, that's a successful HTTP request. What's a 403? So that's a forbidden, so that might be there or it might be blocked. And Blair, thank you for the comment about the content. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. It's really a lot of fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and let this go, but we'll keep moving on. So I bet it's administrator.php. All right, we have found it. So let's go ahead and go to that IP. Trey Cole, what's better than yesterday, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, so we've got an administrator username and logon. And it doesn't obfuscate the... Okay. So we've got an administrator logon page. It doesn't obfuscate the password there. Oh, progress is being better than yesterday? Like my progress through the rooms? I know it was pretty painful a couple days ago. I got stuck early on. Holy cow, guys. You guys are freaking amazing. I don't know what's going on tonight, but holy cow. Thank you guys so much. That's the Sauce God, also with a tier 1 sub. Guys, that is freaking awesome. We are at 94% of a hype train. Sub, gift, or use bits to get to the next level. I don't really know what that is, but it sounds cool to me. Here, I'll throw the hype train emote in here a couple times. Pawn Muncher, a Twitch Prime sub. Holy cow, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. Wow. I'm very taken aback right now, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. And obligatory train bit. Trey Cole, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, honestly, guys, I'm ecstatic. Maybe you've convinced me to move my stream up a little earlier in the evening. Thank you. Thank you. It really means a lot. Okay, so we do have to keep going a little bit. So the admin page gives us a logon form. In situations like this, it's always worth it to check for low-hanging fruit. One of the first things to check for is SQL injection. So there's a tool called SQL Map. What I've been told, if you go to do the OSCP, you're not allowed to use SQL Map on the OSCP. I think it's a little too automated for their tastes. So we'll do SQL Map TAC U 10.10.154.20 slash, don't forget that, administrator.php. And what are we going to do? We're going to, I don't know, dash A, grab everything. Testing connection. Checking if the target is protected by an IPS. If content's stable. No parameters found for testing the provided data. For example, get parameter ID insight.com slash. You're advised to rerun with dash dash forms. Okay. So let's do dash dash forms. Do you want to test this form? Administrator.php username and password. Yes. Yes, I do. Edit post data. Default username equals and password equals. Yeah, I'll enter. Do you want to fill blank fields with random values? Sure. I've never done this before. Looks like the back end DBMS. Sauce God, thank you for the bits. 29%, 30% of the way on the hype train from level 2 on up. Thank you so much. So the backend DBMS is MySQL. Do we want to skip test payload specific for other database? Yeah, we'll skip. For the remaining tests, you want to include all tests for MySQL extending provided level 1 and risk 1 values. Yes. Let's see what happens. And how's our GoBuster going? We're at 26%. That's going pretty slow. So what do we get? Hype Train top supporters while this runs. The Sauce God has contributed a sub. The Sauce God used 100 bits. And you earn emotes per train by subbing, gifting, or using more than 100 bits in total during the event. Exclusive emotes will be given out at the end of the event and be able to use until they're refreshed with a new emote theme. Hey, you learn something every time. I am only, what is this? Today's May 11th, so I'm about 15 days into streaming. So this is all new for me. Okay, so what are we finding so far? The post parameter username appears to be MySQL R-like, a Boolean-based blind where having order by or group by clause injectable. Hard to sub and send bits via phone. Hey, I really appreciate you coming in. Wicked Blue Ninja, I agree. It is an awesome community so far. Between the couple of Discords that I hang out in, Yeah, between the Discords I hang out in and just going from the different Twitch streams throughout the day while I work, it's always something to keep me learning. It's always something to keep me entertained. I really appreciate you guys. And we have received a level 1 hype train emote, so that is awesome, guys. Thank you so much. 4 subs, 131 bits. Guys, you just blow my mind tonight. Thank you again. So username is MyScroll greater than equal to 5.0. Target URL appears to have 2 columns in the query. Do we want to retry to find proper? Let's see. No, I think is the default. Injection is not exploitable with null values. Do you want to try with a random integer? Sure, we'll go yes. You are a hacker. Thank you again. Thank you so much, guys. Keep trying to find stuff to fill the dead time with while these scans are running, but you guys are doing a great job just filling that time up for me. I gotta say, guys, I'm just in a little bit of shock tonight, and I really appreciate it. It's you guys are awesome. You guys are definitely awesome. What was my Go Buster string? Thanks, Pawn Muncher, for getting this back up here. Getting us back on topic a little. Here it is right here on my OneNote. Let me, if you can't see that, let me know. But it's Go Buster space dir, and then tac u, and then the IP address, and then tac x for your file extensions. And then the word list, tac w and the word list. You're a hacker, tier 1 sub, man. Thank you so much. And you are a hacker, definitely let me know when you want to do that giveaway, because we're going to give away a subscription here. Yeah, Car Monkey, streaming at this time is proving to be a little better than much later. I had a feeling that it would get a little better. I didn't think it would be that big of a difference. And I'm thinking about doing 2 hours earlier tomorrow and trying 5 p.m. Maybe 7 is going to be the right time. I don't know. SQL map. Did I screenshot my SQL map? No, because it's still running. Do I want here? Let's hit no on that. Okay, this is a good stopping point. So let me take you up here, and we'll screenshot the SQL map. So it's right here. It's this guy right here. SQL map, tac u, the URL, with the administrator.php, and then tac a. And then they told us to come back and rerun it with tac forms. So actually, it's this guy down here. I apologize. It's this guy down here. SQL map tac u with the full URL, tac a, and tac forms. And I will throw that in my OneNote as well. Hey, dude, close the door.
How much people are watching your stream?
12 right now, buddy.
We're the 12th one.
Well, I'm glad you're watching me. Thank you, Colin. That was my 6-year-old son, Colin, everybody. He is super excited about what we're doing here. I keep telling him, like, leave the door shut, quit coming in, but they're a little excited tonight, too. Anyways, do we want to exploit this SQL injection? I think we do. See if we can get that admin username. So we'll hit yes here. Yeah, they're downstairs playing Fortnite. They are definitely, yeah, they're getting a kick. My wife started streaming last night. Yeah, Fortnite. So my 8-year-old son is addicted to Mario Odyssey on the Switch. My 6-year-old's been playing Fortnite. and a lot of Minecraft. They love all three of them. My 10-year-old daughter and my 8 and 6-year-old sons will all get on Minecraft together on the PlayStation, which is not a game I really got myself into. And then my wife's been playing The Outer Worlds on the PlayStation, and she started streaming a little bit of that last night to give it a try. Okay, so what did we get here? We got... trying to find the users here. Fetching database users. There's a banner. Root at localhost, maybe? Server host name's Ubuntu. I don't find anything. It's an 8-character username. Fortnite, isn't that kind of old? You'd be surprised how young the kids are that are playing it. It's really funny. Sometimes I'll get on there and play with them. Yeah, Wicked Blue Ninja, thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you again. You guys mean the world to me. Yeah, Carmonkey, you'd be surprised at how young some of the kids are. Makes me laugh every time. So what is our username here? What's the admin username? What's the admin password? How many forms of... Let's just keep going, I guess. We'll perform a directory-based attack against these password hashes. We'll use the default. No. Let's see what this does. Hey, Fortnite's a good time. Okay, so we've cracked password root. Yes, I think I'm going to have to read up more on this tool. This is doing a lot of stuff. I'm going to have to figure out why I'm getting these frame drops too, because I'm at... dropped frames detected 18% over the last 2 minutes a minute ago. Why did I choose 6 a.m. as a stream time? So, Carmonkey, my day job, my actual day job without coronavirus, I wouldn't be able to stream midday. So my thoughts were 10 p.m. Pacific, because that's right after my kids are in bed, guaranteed, and I could have some uninterrupted time. And then my 6:30, 6:45 a.m., that's when I first wake up, before my kids are up and before I would be going to work. So I was thinking that. So both those times I'm guaranteed not at work, and I'm guaranteed really not to be bothered by the kids so much. So those were my thoughts. I couldn't do a midday one like Heath or Joe, the mayor, are doing, because when this coronavirus stuff gets over, I'm going to be back to a full-time day job where I have to drive somewhere, and I cannot stream from my office, unfortunately. So then we were talking over the last couple days, and some of you were asking for an earlier stream, and we came up with maybe 7 or maybe 5 p.m. Pacific, because that will allow some of the East Coast stuff to go on as well. So I think I'm going to try 2 hours earlier tomorrow than I did today, and do 5 p.m. Pacific, and see how that comes out. Don't worry about what, Pawn Launcher, I'm sorry. I missed something there. Yeah, I know you guys are kind of just watching the tools go here. Oh, frame rates? Don't worry about it? Okay. If you say so. Obviously I can't see the stream on the other side, but if you guys aren't noticing problems, then I will go with that. I really appreciate all of the bits and the subs tonight. You guys have definitely helped cover You guys have definitely helped cover my TryHackMe subscription for the month. That is taken care of. And I'm trying to save up to get a couple things. I'd like to get a CyberSec Labs one as well, so that I can do more stuff with you guys. Trey Cole, are you allowed to write a tool called Schmeequal Schmap that is a copy-paste version of SQL Map for the OSCP? There are a lot of tools out there that do very similar things. And I have been told that the only things that are banned are Metasploit you can use on one machine, right? Once you use it on that machine, you're done. You can use it as many times on that machine as you want, and after that, you're done. No more Metasploit, and then you can't use SQL dump. Those are the only things that I have been told you cannot use. So, as far as I know, the answer to your question's yes. Pawn Muncher, let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find a website here for you to check out. Oh man. It's not Life Hacker. This is gonna bother me. It was a website. Oh man. So I wrote about my WGU experience. Create a report of the current status server for diagnostics. I assume you are still running here. Let me see if I can find it here. It's just going to upset me until I get an answer for you. But WGU, so I started at WGU in 2014. The degree programs were a little bit different back then. Okay, we still got a little spinning. Days 64 TV, thanks for coming in. So I apologize, Days. Or DZ64, maybe DZ. My experience was amazing with them. I still remember my mentor. We haven't talked in a long time, but we did for quite a while. But I did the bachelor's in IT security, so most of my certifications I have or had in the past are because of them. Switched to cyber ops at DSU. So I finished the bachelor's at WGU. Hey, Black Coffee, thanks for dropping by. And again, good luck on those AP exams, man. You're going to crush it. If you study for your APs like you're hacking, you're going to kick ass. I am working on. Afe Maria, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm working on the COD caper right now. And we are doing a SQL dump right now of this some web exploitation here. Tool's running a little slow today, so we're probably going to continue this one tomorrow. I'm trying to stick to kind of the hour schedule. But anyways, Western Governors University. So I did get my bachelor's there. Most of the certs I have are because of them. I did go through Hackerspace. That's the name of it, Hackerspace. I started off with the A+, Network Plus, Security Plus. I already had the Security Plus, and I had some experience, so that did help. What is it? Hackerspace blog, something like that. The mentoring was not really mentoring, I would say. I would say it's more cheering. Like your mentor is more like a encourage you to stay on track kind of person more than a technical guide. So They were really just, hey, when do you want to accelerate a course? When do you want to keep going? Are you done with this one? That was really about all they were doing. Hackerspace.kinja.com. That's it. I did find that kind of mentoring adequate. It took me, I finished in my 5th term, so the terms are 6 months. I finished in my 5th one. Let's see if I can find my posts, and then I'll bring them up on the screen while this is still going. Yeah, so you were on your last term when you transferred? Wow. I don't know if I would have had I don't know if I would have been able to do that. So I was, Pawn Muncher, you're fine. The tool is still running, man. You're good. So yeah, 5 terms. If you get a chance, here, this is for Pawn Muncher. There's the link. So I wrote these 3 stories on Hackerspace back in the day. Hey, Car Monkey, I'm probably not going to stream that early again. I'm going to be looking to move towards a time that's closer to this one. Maybe more like 2 hours earlier than this one is kind of what we're spitballing right now. But I will let you know. Anyways, so I wrote three things here, right? Really about kind of distance learning. So this was 2015 when I finished my 2nd semester. Calling out, dude. Let me finish. So 2nd term. Dude, stop. Yeah, so Scott, it's been awesome. This is definitely a record tonight. So, here you can see my 1st term, I completed 30 credit units. I transferred 44 in, and I completed 19 in my 2nd. All of the transfer credits were from a brick and mortar school I went to. The culmination of 2nd semester ended with my CCENT. I'll tell you, the distance learning online competency-based learning approach really takes discipline. But the thing I love about it, just like the thing I love about doing TryHackMe and Hack the Box and things like that, is that it's all practical, right? You're proving yourself. There weren't that many English papers I had to write, for instance, especially since I came from a brick and mortar college from before. But there definitely were a lot of stuff that was applicable to my job. At the time that I did my bachelor's, I was working as a help desk manager, and I knew that I wanted to get a degree in IT because I knew that when I got out of the Navy, that's where I was going to go. This is my passion, it really is. And having an exam for a course that was a certification exam, like my computer hardware course, which was one of the first courses I did at WGU, the final test was the A+. That's why I loved it. That's what I really enjoyed. I'll tell you, the IT security degree then wasn't. It was prepped to make you like a network administrator. It definitely is building the sauce god. Yeah, I'm an adult learner too, man. I love learning. And I love figuring out new tricks and new tools of the trade. Some of these exploits, I don't think I could ever be like an exploit analyst. Oh man, this tool's gonna run forever, isn't it? We might be stopping the stream while this is still going and pick up when this finally ends tomorrow, but Mr. Polar _ Discord, thank you so much for the follow, and I appreciate you coming by. We are at almost an hour now, and we are running the COD caper. It is 8 p.m., Car Monkey. I do see that time. Oh, hey, we did get a /server- status here. Let's see what that gives us. Oh, you don't have permission. So yeah, the only 200s are the administrator and the index page. Oh well. Yeah, so I don't know how much longer SQL dump's gonna run here. We will see. But anyways, Pawn Muncher, feel free to hit me up. If you have more WGU stuff you'd like to do. Yeah, especially with the dash A, I think it's going to run for a while. I mean, it is literally trying to dump the database. But while this runs, um, just joined to see what's up on this side of Twitch, but looks like computer running software. Yeah, it does kind of look like that, doesn't it, Mr. Polar? So we're running a room in TryHackMe called the Cod Caper. Basically some entry-level penetration testing. No, not coding. Pen testing, hacking. We're working through this guided room to infiltrate into a Linux system. Sauce God, thank you again for the bits. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're just practicing hacking. Pawn Muncher, I am using VMware. I think you can see my full screen. You see this little icon down here, right? So these are the VMs I have. Do I ever have issues with NAT versus bridge? So if I've got two machines running that are both VMs, like my Kali box and Keoptrix here from the ethical hacking, just know if you want to go from one to the other, like in Heath's course, you need to have them both on NAT or both on bridged. You can't have them separate. I like using them on bridge, so they have their own. IP addresses. Mr. Polar, main idea to do in hacking. So, really, we're teaching like how to break into computers and computer networks and find the vulnerabilities from an ethical side of the house. So, people that get paid to do these kinds of things. You have issues with NAT spawning reverse shells sometimes. So I run bridged. I've never had that problem. I feel like by default my VMs were running NAT before. I haven't done a lot of hack the box where I've got the machines on where I've got the machines on my own PC here. Mr. Polar, no, I do not want to become a black hat. That is illegal, right? This is all about ethical hacking. Why do people use Keoptrix as a vulnerable OS? So, Carmonkey, I am going to terminate the stream here in just a sec, but so this is Keoptrix, and if you can see the screen, Keoptrix is an old version distribution of Linux that has vulnerabilities in it. It's for practicing on. And if you go to VulnHub, VulnHub has a lot of these virtual machines that you can download. And for Heath Adams' course, here's Keoptrix, right? So Keoptrix level 1. So the guys that put together Keoptrix put together a bunch of VMs. This is level 1. There's all sorts of walkthroughs on them. If you really want to read the walkthroughs, I recommend trying to do them without. But they are just like the DVWA, the Damn Vulnerable Web Application. It is apps and VMs specifically made for practicing hacking. I like the idea of helping people and becoming the best. So I am a lifelong learner. In this field, I love learning about computer stuff and hacking. And that is, yeah, that's my goal too, man, is helping others and getting good. Bloodbound has returned just in time for us to say goodnight. So really quick, I just want to run through the list and say thank you again to everyone. Everyone wants to be the best. Whoever's more dedicated will become the best. You know what? I'll tell you there's probably not a list of the best hackers on Earth. People will probably argue about that just like they argue about their football teams, right? So, anyways, I really want to say thank you guys so much for today. Bloodbound, the Sauce God, Blair Hawkeye, Your Hacker, Trey Cole for all the bits, all the subscriptions that came through. I'm trying to figure out where to find the list, but guys, it's really been awesome, and I really just thank everyone for your support of my stream tonight. Again, if you have any, yeah, we're at 6 subscribers. I was at 1, so the 5 new subs. Thank you so much. I'll tell you, if we get up to 10 subs, I'm going to do a giveaway. We'll give away a subscription to either TryHackMe or CyberSec Labs for a month. Again, thank you so much, guys, for coming down. And tomorrow we will be picking up right where this one left off. We're going to pick up right here in the middle of the COD caper. I promise not to finish it without you. We'll be on task 4, web exploitation. And there's some fun stuff coming. There's command execution, linenum, and then some binary exploitation, which might get painful, but I know we'll get through it. So again, thank you so much for coming down, and I will catch you guys tomorrow, 2 hours earlier than tonight, 5 p.m. Pawn Muncher, thank you so much for the gift sub, man. That is awesome. Black Coffee, if you're still here, you definitely now have a sub to the channel. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys later. Have a good night, everybody.